Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609 and I'm just pulling out here on the highway getting my video stuff set up. I hope I got it reasonably correct. It's hard to see because on this side of the screen it just looks almost black. So, but we got it pretty good, I think. But away we go. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about, this is Saturday morning, the 11th of August 2018. The time is about 10:58, huh? 79 degrees Fahrenheit in central Texas, which is very, very good for about 11 a.m. on August the 11th. But what I thought I'd touch on is, a lot of people are, getting into RVing and retiring and getting them an RV and all that stuff. And I thought I'd reminisce and add a little flavor about my experience RVing. I know I've talked about it about 7,000 times, but 7,001 ain't gonna hurt. When I first started RVing, the only thing I thought of was full hookups. That's it. I would go to RV parks or state parks that had full hookups, and that was it for the first couple of years. And then by pure, well, I wouldn't say accident, I actually planned it. I bought some property out on the Rv'Ing Ranch in West Texas in the middle of nowhere and stayed there for a couple of years with no hookups of any kind. Totally dry camping. In fact, I had an ice chest. I didn't even have a refrigerator. Even though the refrigerator would run on propane, it would drain the battery overnight, and solar back then when I was doing that in the 1990s, late 90s, wasn't quite what it is today. In fact, it wasn't even close. It was expensive and inefficient. However, over time, I learned, after doing that, I realized that, hey guys, dry camping ain't bad, or boondocking like I was doing. So from then on, I kind of branched out into a variety of things, and I also camped in a Toyota Prius off and on for 5 years, and I did a pickup with I camped in a pickup with a camper top for several months, and so, it's been a little variety. But for those of you that are just starting out, you don't have to just go to RV parks. You don't have to buy a club membership and just stick with that club campgrounds or campgrounds that will allow you a discount using that particular club membership. Of course, you can. Everybody can do anything they want to, obviously. But the thing that has worked best for me over the years, and more recently, since I'm back to pulling my travel trailer again, is just variety. Do a little of it all. In other words, try some RV parks and try some state parks and try some national parks. Try some improved Bureau of Land Management campgrounds. Try some unimproved Bureau of Land Management campgrounds, as in public land where you go out and boondock, dry camp. Because all of that it gives you total flexibility when you're traveling to be able to find a spot that you might be satisfied with. And also, when you do the variety of types of camping, it reduces your overall cost dramatically, because public land is free, and some of it's okay. I mean, there's a lot of it that there's a reason why it's free. Okay, you don't want to be there. I mean, it's dusty, windy, the roads are crap, but every now and then you'll find one that'll work for you, and so it's okay. So try the variety approach to RVing, and I think you'll find it more enjoyable than just sticking to one method or the other. Some people get a parks pass to state parks in a given state and just stay in that state. That's fine. I've thought about doing that in New Mexico because they've got a good deal. The only downside of their good deal is, because it's a good deal, the parks or state parks are usually full. And if you don't have a reserved site and you think you're just going to wander in there and get a decent spot, well, you're dreaming. So, but having water and electric is nice. As far as having septic, I don't need that. But there's so many places, man. Corps of Engineers parks are very nice, and for seniors, people that are able to get the national parks pass, if they're old enough, get a hell of a discount. It's 50% off at all national facilities, and that includes Bureau of Land Management, improved sites, that includes Corps of Engineers, that includes national parks. And you can go, I've been to Grand Canyon 3 or 4 times. You don't pay an entry fee. You just show them your national parks pass and go in. No kidding. Otherwise, I think it's like $15 a person. Pretty pricey, particularly if you got a family of 8. So here we are. This is Highway 281 in Central Texas, USA. I'm headed north. In fact, this will be the highway that I use to go part of the way to Rice, Texas, to pick up my Casita travel trailer on November the 8th. I've ordered a 2019 Freedom Deluxe with the swivel chairs, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Swivel, swivel, swivel. You know what I mean? I got to get my swiveling down. This highway here can be like a racetrack sometimes, because what happens is people will use this road to avoid using Interstate 35. So if you're going to turn off this road to the left like I'm fixing to do, you have to really plan ahead, because they will run right over you. So let me constipate on that a minute, as in concentrate, and get over here in the left lane. But RVing can be fun if you take your time, and that's the biggest part of it. That's what spoils it for 90% of the people that full-time or go RVing infrequently, is having a plan, and then to keep that timetable that they've set. They will run over a pedestrian to get to that campground at the appointed time. Me, I do make reservations now because the parks are starting to get crowded, but I don't make a lot. I mean, I'll make, like, Corps of Engineers. I actually already have a reservation for November the 8th in Waco, Texas, at a Corps of Engineers when I go pick up my Casita. Because what happens in November, December, January, and February, and part of March, is that Corps of Engineers park that I've got a reservation at, they fill up. The snowbirds come in there like a flock of birds, and they reserve them way in advance, and they book them for 2 weeks at a time, and then they go from campground to campground to campground for like a clock, and then go back north. Yeah, and believe me, folks, we get thousands of people from up north, just like people up north get thousands of people from the south in the summer because of the heat. Same thing. But it's a fun way of life. It is addictive, I have to tell you. For some people, if other people are not affected maybe by the addiction, but I certainly was, because once I started it, once I got out of a sticks and bricks home, I had no desire to go back, and I certainly don't now. I really don't. Living in a 16-foot travel trailer for me right now is just a slice of heaven. It'd be very easy for me now, since I've got my air conditioning situation solved on the 16-foot Coachman Clipper Cadet. You know, the air conditioner that came with it is a 5,000 BTU unit, window unit. And in the direct sunlight, if the temperature is above 95 degrees, it just won't keep up. If the temperature is around 90, it does okay. Under the cover, where I have my home base here in Central Texas, you know, under the RV cover, aluminum cover, it does fine. The 5,000 BTU air conditioner does fine, even at 90. Yesterday it was 96. And yeah, it was keeping it 74 degrees on the inside. So that's pretty good. And actually, I have 2 air conditioners, but I was just running the Danby, the one that came with the RV, and I was just checking to see if it would keep up, and it did. It did. And the other one does too. Actually, the other one that I bought, the Arctic Air, is 5,000 BTU. It does a little better job, but it seems like it might be a little noisier now. But of course, I've got the Danby, half of it sticking out in the air, you know what I mean? It's installed like it should be. But there's a lot of RVs that come like that. I noticed some of those little RVs, the smaller travel trailers, they have them set up just like Coachman does, where it's boxed in and the only thing that's sticking out is the exhaust vent. So apparently they'll work that way. They may not work as good as they do having that side vent exposed, but they must work. We'll see. I mean, I haven't heard anybody complain about them. But I just happened to park my RV out in the direct sunlight a few times, like in San Angelo. That's where I really noticed it coming back from my trip out to New Mexico. That was in June, middle of June, and the temperature was like 102. And the inside temperature it would hold right around 80, and but that's not bad. I mean, with the dehumidified air and so forth, 80, and you've got a fan. No, 80 is very comfortable, actually. Can be cool. But we're just cruising here. This is at Park Road 4 now, and we're headed to our home, my home base, and we'll let this run a while. Why? Because I don't have much else to talk about today. I actually may do a mail call. I may do a one-letter mail call. I got one letter, and we'll do that later probably. Oh, I also noticed that my SD card that I bought, the 64 gigabyte, and I can't remember the brand name, but it was a good brand, highly rated. I got the best I could find for the price. It was $35 for 64 gigs, but it's got a super fast transfer rate. And I have to tell you, comment call, the upload went about 30% faster. And I am throttled. I'm throttled on both ends. I'm throttled on the hotspot. I'm throttled on the phone because I've used over 100 gigs on the phone uploading videos, and the hotspot I'm about 35 gigs, and they throttle you after 22. But even throttled, everything's working. I can do everything throttled. That's amazing. Or with supposedly reduced speeds, I don't notice any change. I don't. I may be on a tower where they don't slow me because it's not a busy tower. I don't know. But with Verizon, the plan I've got, the max unlimited plan you can get, it's around $90, whatever it is. I get a discount for military, 15%. Which saves me some bucks. My total outlay for Verizon, with taxes and everything, is $81, and I feel like that's well worth it because I don't have to worry about amplifying the signal. The Wii Boost thing, it seems to work pretty good everywhere. Even when there's one bar, it does okay. And for you guys that are amplifying the signal, all you're doing, based on what I've seen and read, is, a lot of people are a little paranoid about microwaves and, 5G going to fry your brain and all that stuff. And if you're close to a tower, it's frying your brain or whatever, frying your whole body because it's a microwave. That's what it is. Well, whenever you have an amplifier inside your RV from Wii Boost or whoever, they Boost or somebody down the road Boost, who cares? If it's a booster, it boosts that signal. And so you're just microwaving yourself, and you have to be close to it with your phone, the inside antenna, to get the maximum benefit. And not only is your phone getting the maximum benefit, so are you. Based on what I've read. Am I negative on any of those things? No, I just don't have one and don't want one. I thought I did. I was going to try. I did try, as a matter of fact. What does that have to do with anything? It all ties into RVing, because back when there was no such thing. Back when you could actually get a plug-in antenna that you could mount magnetically on the roof of your vehicle, but they don't have those anymore. That's not available on smartphones. They are so smart they don't need it. And I bought me a broom today. A new broom cost me $4.97. I'm very proud of it. May do a video and show you how to operate it. We'll have broom lessons. How do you operate a broom, a manual broom? But anyway, guys, just cruising along here. We're coming up on a scenic little spot here. Let me kind of turn it around a little bit. That's a castle up on the hill. You probably can't see it, but that is the, what's it called? Falkenstein Castle. And they actually have tours. They have weddings there. They have parties there, and it's actually a castle. The guy found some plans to an old castle. He was in Europe, a wealthy techie that had sold a tech business, and so he came back with those plans, spent him a few $1,000,000 and built him a castle up on a hill. And the ranching family that sold him that property told me that had they known that he was going to build that monster up there, they probably would not have sold him the property, because they don't like it at all. So anyway, when we get up here and start down the mountain, I'll end the video. The mountain, boy, it's just a big hill. The temperature now is 78. Is that great in Central Texas for this time of the year? You bet it is. What would I change if I could change anything? Oh, probably underwear, I guess. It's about all I can think of. Okay, here we go. There's a nice view of the Texas Hill Country. This is 1 mile approximately to my home base from this hill right here. Maybe a little over a mile. I come up here sometimes and sit and look at the view because we're facing west, and sometimes there's some pretty nice sunsets. So guys, from Central Texas, USA, this is Rusty 78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye bye, buy anything your little heart desires anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of my videos. Why? Because I'm an Amazon affiliate and I get a small commission, and it doesn't cost you 1 penny. What else? Stretch, walk. Oh, scratch that, wrong. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll also help you lose weight because you'll be full of water. What else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in deeply, hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure. Okay, is that good for you? Yeah, it's probably the best thing you can do. You can eat right, but if you keep your stress, if you avoid stressful situations, you'll extend your life considerably. That's what causes a lot of heart disease. But what else? Stretch, 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 walk, walk, walk. I did that this morning, and I'll probably do my stretches again this afternoon. I may not do a lot of walking, depending on how hot it gets. And what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. What you let in are ingredients. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. It is your head. Don't let the talking heads on TV get you. So enjoy your life one day at a time, guys. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.